Good evening, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome into the OBS Masterclass. On today's itinerary, we'll be talking about OBS settings and requirements that you need to make your OBS look good, sound good, and give you as least amount of problems as possible. Let's go ahead and get started. Right now I got a few of my beats in the background playing. Hopefully I can get this uploaded to YouTube. Let me here we go, man. Adjust the volume a little bit. So how's everybody feeling this evening? I know I didn't give out a lot of notification. I'm still testing some things out as far as doing this stream as my main stream from now on. If you are one of my students, please grab a notebook and take notes, because this will help you help your DJs or any DJs that you may come across. You can give them this information. Tisk, I know you tired. I know you tired. I'm tired too. So I'm gonna try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. I got a bunch of stuff that I gotta get done. So let's go ahead and switch. Turn that down in the background a little bit. There we go. Welcome in to the OBS Masterclass. This is going to be a really quick class. If anybody comes in, if you have any questions, I got answers. This will also be a Q&A session, but I got my notebook right here. I'm going to run you through some things. If you can, I'm going to give you some time. Please go get a notebook. Tisk, Lady J, definitely get a notebook, because this information I'm going to give out will help out a lot of people, especially if you mod for any DJs. This will be perfect. Oh, jeez, Lady J gotta come in here speaking another language I don't speak. I mean, hello, and I like nachos too. Good day to you, Lady J. Good day. All right, y'all ready to get started? I got jokes already. Whole lot. All right, no, I'm not even gonna get started. All right. So, go get your stuff. Yes, I'm gonna give y'all some time. Please, if you would like to help out the next DJ, if you would like to help me out with other DJs and giving them information, please make sure go get yourself a little notebook. If you want to help yourself out, I'm going to give you all of the minimum requirements you need equipment wise, cords, hookups, setups, and I'm going to give you your OBS settings for Streamlabs and OBS Studio, so that way you have the best stream possible and the least amount of problems. If you miss anything, I will be putting this up so that way it can be seen on Twitch, and hopefully I'll be able to get this up on YouTube sometime within the next month. I'm trying to build up a bunch of videos. So I'm gonna give you guys a few more minutes. I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and relax. I'm gonna turn the music up for you a little bit. And if you can hear my voice, anytime you are ready, just let me know you are ready. Raise your hand, use something in the chat. Oh, speaking of something in the chat, me turn exclamation point me. You can move the little box behind me as I'm trying to fix. There we go. I'm wearing green, so things look a little funny. My bad. I forgot. All right, Tis 9621 says she is ready. Cool. All right, y'all give me a few seconds. I'm gonna turn the music. A few minutes. I'll be right back. Matter of fact, let me jump to the next song. Well, one of my next beats. A little R&B music straight from my heart. I ain't had nothing else to to make this. All right, first off, welcome in everyone. Happy Halloween to you. So today's OBS Masterclass is going to be one of the most important classes I'm going to do, and you may see me repeat a lot of this throughout the rest of my classes, especially once 2024 comes in. I'll have an entire stream schedule ready for you guys for a lot of good information. But today I wanted to give you the minimum requirements that you need to stream with, and also your OBS settings are very important. Please just don't download an OBS and go live. In the building also, we got my man, it's DJ Nuff Said, hanging out with us. So let me do one more adjustment on this music, just so I don't get overwritten. Okay, so let's talk about system requirements. System requirements are very, very, very important when you starting up your stream. So if you have let's say you have a PC or a laptop, you're going to need at least 8 gigabytes. Write this down. You're going to need no less than 8 gigabytes of RAM. And I would say an Intel i7. And that's the CPU that's within the computer, whether it's a desktop or laptop. Nothing less than an i7 if you plan on streaming. Because streaming requires graphics and running an entire piece of software that's going to ask for a lot of power. So 8 gigabytes of RAM. I would go with 16. I wouldn't even say 8. I would say 16 to be safe. Depends on what you're streaming. If you're doing like a podcast, 8 gigabytes of RAM is fine. If you're planning on doing DJing, gaming, or high-end graphics, at the least you're going to need 16 gigabytes of RAM within your laptop or PC before you stream. And like I said, the actual CPU needs to be at least an i7. Outside of that, we're going to go to your network. Your network, don't worry about the download. Your download speed means absolutely nothing. You want to make sure that your network is no less than about 4 megabytes to 6 megabytes per second. And if you're looking to test that out, you can easily go to Google, type in speed test, and click the button that says test the speed of your network or whatever it says, and it'll give you a speedometer, and it'll let you know what your download and your upload. Your upload, not your download, your upload speed is the most important. If you're doing podcasts, 4 megabytes is good. If you're a DJ or you're doing gaming, 6 megabytes, just so you can hit 720p. Because if I can explain this to you, 4 megabytes a second doesn't allow you to push 420p or pixels per second through Twitch. You're going to need about at least 6 megabytes. So when you run that speed test, you go to Google, speed test, just type that in the search, and you'll see a thing that says test your speed. You hit it, it'll give you a speedometer. Your upload, not your download, your upload speed. If your upload speed is over 6 megabytes a second, everything I'm going to give you after this is going to be absolutely wonderful. It's going to make your entire stream look good. Okay, so let me say this as a disclaimer. All the information I'm going to give you is if you have at the least these specs on your PC. So if you have 8 gigabytes of RAM, you're running an i7, you got a good GPU, and we'll talk about that a little bit later at the back end of this. Then all of these OBS settings and the information is good. Outside of that, if you don't have a really good computer, it's like an i5, you may need to contact me and talk to me about what your settings need to be to make sure that your OBS, streams to its best ability and not be, choppy, grainy, or pixelated. Now, let's talk about your network setup. I'm so sorry I'm running through this so fast, but I only got an hour. Your network router, wherever. I laugh at this because a lot of people I talk to, their network is either in the basement, upstairs, or in some obscure room. If you're looking to make your stream look better, your PC, laptop, whatever it is you're using, needs to be very close to your router. Close. And stop using Wi-Fi. That's another thing. I noticed a lot of DJs are using Wi-Fi to stream. No, go buy a 10100 Ethernet cord. They're blue or black. Buy the shortest one possible. The shorter the route to the network, the faster the connection is. So all of my things that I have plugged into my network, I don't use Wi-Fi except for my phone. My phone is the only thing I use is Wi-Fi. My Xbox, my PC, any laptops, I plug them in hardwired. It's faster. It keeps your network from being used up. Let me explain this to you. If you are hardwired into your network, if somebody jumps on with their phone, one of your buddies, your children, your mate, anybody you live with, if they jump on Wi-Fi and you're on Wi-Fi streaming, they're going to eat your network up and you're going to look choppy or your stream might fall out. Please make sure you hardwire your router into your PC or laptop or whatever device you are streaming from. It's going to make your stream better. It makes it faster. It cuts down the delay. You can see the chat quicker. You can respond to your viewers a lot better. Use hardwire. Don't use, if you have to use Wi-Fi, go ahead and use Wi-Fi. But if you don't have to use Wi-Fi, don't. In the building, we got Selectress Mistress Kush. Good evening, lady. How are you doing? Whoa, I'm sorry. Where was I at? So, back to your network router. Please make sure, even if you're using Wi-Fi, make sure your PC, your laptop, or whatever you're streaming from is sitting as close as possible to your router. And like I said, I preach to everybody, 10100 cords. Go get an Ethernet cord. That's that. It looks like a phone cord, but a lot bigger. Go buy that. That's gonna. Don't pay for better equipment. Just set your network up a little bit better. Now, for those of you that are on Mac systems, I know half of what I said probably doesn't mean a hill of beans. If you're on a Mac, you want to make sure you're on a Mac whose operating system is 10.15 Catalina. The 10.15 Catalina is the best build for a Mac if you want to stream. Also, if you get a MacBook, I would go for a MacBook Pro that has at least 10 cores in the CPU and 32 cores as a GPU. You have to remember, even on a Mac, if you want to stream, you need graphics because you're on a network and Twitch is not just speakers. This is audio and it's video. So you got to make sure your system is up to date, your GPU, your CPU, all of that needs to be up to date. So if you bought a PC, have a PC, going to buy a PC, no less than 8 to 16 gigabytes of RAM. You want at least like an i7 Intel Core. If you're on a Mac, the operating system needs to be 10.15 Catalina, and make sure if you can it's a little expensive, but the MacBook M1s, most of the M1s can stream almost anything and not slow you down. You can still DJ, show graphics, and you don't have to fight. But even on a Mac, you want to still make sure you got at least 16. Let's not even say 8. 16 gigabytes of RAM. Don't play around. 8 gigabytes of RAM if you're not DJing or doing gaming. If you're doing gaming, you're DJing, you're showing graphics, you're going to need 16 gigabytes of RAM for your PC. All right, let me check the chat just in case here. I might have missed something. Oh, don't forget, this is also a Q&A session. I still got 30 minutes left. So that was the system requirements, and we're going to get into Streamlabs first. And what I tell you about Streamlabs also works for OBS Studio as far as setting up the settings for your OBS. So I'm gonna bring up Streamlabs right now. So on this screen that's coming forward, this is my Streamlabs. So I'm gonna walk you through. Now, please, right here, take more notes. If you want to fix your OBS without buying new equipment, all you have to do is go into your settings. So hopefully, yeah, you see my mouse. Okay, so follow my mouse. You're going to go down to the bottom left-hand corner, and you're going to hit Settings. The first thing you want to do is go to Output. Once you go to output, you want to make sure your output mode right here is set to advanced and not simple. You want advanced. So make sure advanced is clicked. Next, you're going to go right here to your encoder. You do not want your encoder on software X264. That is your CPU. Please make sure if you have it, if the option is there, go for your whatever your GPU. It may be different for different computers, but if it says new, make sure you have that clicked. Do not use your software. Use your GPU, NVIDIA, Apple TV, whatever the hell it is. That's what you're going to use. All right, we're going to go down to your bit rate. This is the next biggest important thing. Your bit rate depends on your upload speed. So if your upload speed is 6 megabytes, let's say it's 6 megabytes, which is low, you want to leave it on about 4. If you have your upload speed at 11, mine's is 11 mine's is about between 11 and 12. So I usually leave it around 6,000. 6,000 is good if you have the upload speed of your network. On Streamlabs, the next one down, keyframe intervals, leave this at 0. If you are a pro, if you are advanced and you understand what keyframes are, you can change this number to the proper keyframes that you need for your stream. If you have no idea what this is, and we'll talk about that in another stream, leave it at 0 because 0 equals auto. Let the OBS do that. Preset can stay at quality. You could go to max quality. Leave it at quality. Don't mess with it. Your profile preset, don't mess with any of that. Your GPU, you could leave that at 0. And your max B frames, you always want at 2. If it's not at 2, put it at 2. This is called keyframe intervals. If you would like, you can go look up. Actually, you can ask AJ. Let's do that. Hey, AJ, what are keyframe intervals? And in your chat, AJ will answer this question for you. Uh-oh. There it is. So, keyframe intervals, just read it yourself. It's a little complex. We are going to have a class where we get even more advanced on your settings, so that way you could pull off graphics the way you see them move on my screen. Quick overview. You want to make sure you go down to the left hand side, press settings. You want to go to your output. Make sure your output mode is on advanced. Go down to your encoder first. Make sure your encoder is on an actual GPU and not your software. Leave everything the same. Your bit rate, depending on your upload, you want to leave this around 4,000 to 6,000. 8,000 is the maximum it will take. Your keyframe intervals, leave this on auto. And everything else stays the same. Max B frames on 2. Second part, we are going to go to video. In video, you want to make sure your base canvas is at 1920 by 1080. This ensures that all on Twitch, this ensures that your canvas that you're working on is going to look the exact same as when you output to Twitch. So when you see the output should be the same exact number as your base. This makes sure that whatever you've built on your canvas in your OBS will match what everybody sees that's output to Twitch. These numbers should always match. The measurement should always be 1920 by 1080 as your base and your output. That will maximize your frame rate and cut down on your stream getting jittery. Now we're going to go down to here to the downscale filter. Most of you will see it's on by cubic. That's only 16 samples. You want it on Landscope's. Landscope's sharpening scale uses 32 samples. This makes sure when you're downscaling in Twitch that you use the maximum amount of samples to make it look as smooth as possible. Your FPS type, leave this on common FPS value and make sure that the common FPS value is always set to 60. Unless if your network is a little slower, you might want to knock it down to about 30 or 60. Don't worry about these other numbers unless you do not have the networking power to cover it. Even within OBS Studios, you can go to these same two options and make the same exact adjustments, and this will maximize how well your stream performs when it goes to Twitch. If you've missed anything, please, all you have to do is come back tomorrow and I will have this stream up. Okay, I got 20 minutes left before I have to jump off. If you have any questions, guess what? I have answers. I'm going to push this OBS to the back and let me do this for you. Let me close that and let me bring up OBS Studios. Come on, OBS Studios. Don't fail me now. Okay. Yeah, I know. There we go. All right, let me bring that back forward. So on your screens right now, you're looking at OBS Studio. I'm going to run through the same thing real quick for OBS Studios as I did for Streamlabs. In OBS Studio, what you're going to go to is settings down here on your right side. There we go. Then you're going to go to, again, same thing. You're going to go to output. Make sure it's the same thing. Your output mode needs to be set to advanced. And then you're going to look for the same exact things. Video encoder. Don't worry about your audio encoder. Go to your video encoder. You do not want X264. That's bad. You're going to go for your NVIDIA, Apple TV, whatever it is that you have for your video encoder. Brown Sugar 34, good evening and welcome in. Okay, under your encoder settings, you're going to leave all this alone. And like I said before, bit rate 4,000 to 6,000, same thing. On your keyframes, you're going to leave this at 0. I'm going to change this to 0 for auto. Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. So we're going to put it on 0 for auto. We're going to leave all of this other stuff alone. And again, even within this OBS, max B frames should be at 2. Then we're going to go right to video the same way. Now, I know this looks a little weird, but I was testing some stuff. But your base canvas, 1920 by 1080. You want your output 1920 by 1080. Downscale filter, remember, Landscos. You want it begins with an L, 36 samples. Your common FPS value, 60 frames a second. And then you're going to hit apply. And guess what? Your stream is going to look 10 times better than it normally does. Oh, don't forget, you can hit exclamation point me and mess with this cube behind me. I got a few more minutes left. If you have any questions and answers, I'm going to turn the music up. Feel free to ask me anything you would like. And I'm going to chop this up and send it over to YouTube for one of my very first instructionals. I want to thank all of you for joining me right here on the OBS Masterclass. Don't forget, I'm planning on doing masterclasses each and every Tuesday and Thursday, and I will be putting up flyers a little bit earlier. I apologize for them being so late, but right now I'm still testing and I'm trying to get everything together, and I want to thank you guys. So I will see you back in 2 days. I'll see you back on Thursday for another class. Once again, thank you for joining me. If you need any extra information, you can hit me up on IG at DIR Jackson SATAC. And this has been your OBS Masterclass. Oh, let me throw that. I don't have anything up right now, but if you would like to look at any of my old videos, let me throw that link up there for you. Boom, there you go. That should be it. If you would like to see any of my music videos, anything crazy I've done in the past 14, I only got 14 years of stuff on there. Feel free to click on it, peruse through the videos. I have Hootie Who's playlist up there. I have my own playlist up there that I DJ from. Feel free to go look at it, listen to it, have fun, leave me a comment. And until then, I'll see you guys later. I'll still be here. I got 15 more minutes. I'm gonna give y'all up till 6 o'clock. Big shout out to my man, it's DJ Nuff Said Toaster 08 Just 9621 Brown Sugar 34 in the building. Wins 2000 also, thank you. That's what I'm using right now is Polypop. Polypop is 3D based. As you can see, instead of changing scenes, I can just move a 3D environment around and give myself a new scene. So if I want to go inside of the actual school, I can press, just press a button and I can move the school in 3D. Polypop also allows you to do you can do live channel points. Like I can create a channel point on the fly, turn them on, turn them off directly from within the OBS. I mean, wins, to be honest with you, all I like right now is Polypop because it's just so smooth. So you get little ghosts. Get all kind of little cool stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my little robot? Why y'all didn't remind me about the robot? Ah, there he is. The same thing. All OBSs require the exact same. What I told you earlier, Polypop, OBS Studio, XSplit, Twitch Studio, Streamlabs, they all require this. It's because of the graphics. You're pushing graphics. So yes, those standards of numbers all the way across the board for an OBS. That's what to stream period with any OBS. Those are the numbers you're looking for.